You know, real quick, I want to say this whole natty or not conversation. I think one of the big issues is the first aspect of people lying. One thing that people like to say as a reason why people should, why people that are on drugs are like fake natty liars, blah, 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 making kids think that they can get this big with just training. I get that. I understand it. But I look back at myself when I was younger and I was training. I mean, I looked at physiques. Like I was looking up some guy that I really liked his physique when I was younger. Greg Plitt. And then this other guy, Anton Antipov, his Instagram name was MySue. I remember when I was like 21, I was like, damn, his abs, he's super jacked, blah, blah, blah. I want to look like that. And as I was getting older and gaining size, blah, blah, and I started putting out content, I was like, well, my goal isn't necessarily to like look like these people anymore. My goal is to attain my best physique and my best performance. But I want to use good training principles to do that. I'm not going to look like this person, but I'm going to look like the best version of myself. Number one, that is the message that should be sent forward, because I'm thinking about this. One thing that people, for some reason, they can't get their minds to reach here is when we look at, I've brought this up before, but when we look at like a LeBron James or Kobe Bryant or basketball players with great physical abilities, not only are they super tall, but they have this elite level of just jumping strength. If in some weird world, LeBron James started to become an influencer, a basketball influencer, and he's like, hey guys, do these drills and buy my jump program to be able to do this 48-inch fucking vert that I have.
Chris Bell's calf program.
Yeah,
yeah.
But 99% of people who did LeBron's jump program are not going to be able to jump like LeBron. Part of that is the work LeBron put in, and part of that was the fucking athleticism and genetic gifts that LeBron has. For some reason, we're able to understand that genetic gifts are aware in different sports, like basketball, fucking track, all these sports. When we look at the top, we see some genetic elites where we're like, yeah, but look at Brown. He's this. Look at this athlete. They're genetic freaks. But for some reason, when it comes to the realm of being able to gain muscle, we look at it like, I should be able to do that after 10 years. Like, I train like him, and in 10 years. No. I'm just trying to. I'm literally channeling the Natty or Not Reddit forums. It's like, perfect. Well, you look at the FFMI calculators. Like, there's no way that somebody can train this long and be this big. That's totally impossible. Look at the calculator. Look at the calculator. I saw someone post this video of like, I think that the peak natty physique is Scott Herman. Scott Herman is the peak natty physique that you, this is a good example. This is a good example of a natural physique. But just think about this. What if I said that like the peak level of athleticism that anybody can reach is LeBron James? That'd be fucking ridiculous. We know for a fact we're not going to be as athletic as LeBron James. But for some reason, when we see fitness influencers that look really good, many people think I should be able to do that. And since I can't, they're definitely on drugs. And if I were on drugs, I'd look like this person. Because the reason why people put this reach is because they're doing the damn thing. They're going to the gym and training, and they're training so that they can be a bodybuilder and go on stage or look really jacked. So now they put themselves in the same category as these folks. You wouldn't fucking go out to a basketball court, practice basketball every day, be 6 feet, and expect to be as good as LeBron. But for some reason, you expect to look as good as some of these people who have really good genetics for that. And because you expect that and you know you won't achieve it, you then say they're on drugs. I think that's wild. It's really fucking wild.
There's still a massive genetic component to it.
Yeah.
There always will be. There's some sort of skill set. There's some sort of thing behind it. Whether you want to say that it's a skill or it's hard work or it's a combination of the genetics. We know this. And we do know this from something like people that are gifted with instruments. You know, like a musical instrument. Somebody can just, for some reason, there's a kid that's like 4 that can figure out the piano way the fuck better than we can. It just happens. They got like they can hear the notes better or something. I don't know what it is. But at that age, we certainly wouldn't be like, well, I wonder what this kid's on.
Yeah.
Like his parents probably have him on Adderall, and he probably can really hear the tones differently than everybody else.
Probably.
Power Project family, how's it going? I want to talk to you guys about Within You Supplements, which is developed by Mark Bell. The cool thing about Within You is that it's not a crazy supplement line which has a crazy amount of unnecessary supplements. They stick to what is necessary. Whey protein, electrolytes, and the electrolytes are dope because they have amino acids and they have zinc. Then there's fasting gum. So we talk a lot about intermittent fasting on the podcast, and this fasting gum has apigenin, rutin, and caffeine, which can actually help you prolong a fast. It's really freaking cool. It was developed by Mark and Joel Green, who we've had on the podcast multiple times. So you guys got to check it out. Andrew, how can they get it?
Yes, that's over at markbellslingshot.com. And at checkout, enter promo code PowerProject10 to save 10% off your entire order. Links to them down in the description, as well as the podcast show notes.
And I think it's easy to kind of pass the buck off on that. But like if you think about some of these people that we talk about often, is the person still inspiring? What they have, is it still fucking cool?
Yeah.
Is it fake? You know, like if someone has a build or a strength that's because of steroids, is it fake? Or is it still real? Like, is John Cena still really jacked, natural or not? Is Mike O'Hearn still really jacked and strong, natural or not? Now, again, aside from the lying, right? If somebody lies about it, somebody says, I'm natural, and then you later find out something else.
That's not good, though. Like,
that's not good. I understand the disappointment that could happen there, but it's still real. Like, you still are moving those weights. You still really are that big. Nick Walker still really is fucking jacked as fuck, right? Like some of these guys that are going to get on stage for the Mr. Olympia. What do we do? So let's say that we do find out Christian Guzman's on stuff. What do? We go down to Alpha Elite and, fucking, what do? You scrap everything. You get rid of his hotel. You strip everything he's ever done. Like, forget all these summer shreds. Forget all the people he's ever inspired. Oh, what about Arnold? Remember that guy was governor? Like, we're blacking that out in the history books. You know what I mean? Like,
they know.
Yeah.
Like, Arnold is like, they know he was on stuff.
Right. They know he's on stuff, right?
Like, it's a given.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. I think there are certain people, like, when I talk about this, there are people that are already listening who think I'm already a liar because I am natural and I've said I've been natural and I've shown all my progress over the years. So already there are a certain sect of people who listen to me talk and are like, he's a fake natty liar. So I'm already discounted there. But this is the thing, like Christian might very well not be on anything, right? He might very well not be on anything. So what people want is they want him to say he's on something because then it gives them, number one, the mental, it gives them the mental space to be like, oh, so I could have looked like Christian, but it's just I have to hop on and I'm not going to do that. So I like Christian. He's a cool guy. And even Greg Doucette. Greg Doucette has pictures of when he was when he was natural and pictures of when he was enhanced. And Greg Doucette's a great athlete. When he was natural on stage, he looked good. When he was enhanced, he looked better, and now he's on TRT. So because there are big people who are open about being on TRT or being on steroids, people look at that as, well, he's honest, he's noble, and I trust his opinion being on and looking like him, but also admitting that he's on drugs. I trust his opinion. He
keeps it real.
He keeps it real. And these other individuals like myself or Sam Okunola or Jeff Alberts or Alberto Nunez or any of these jacked people who aren't on drugs but look really fucking good, look elite, well, they're lying. There's no way, like, I can't believe, like, there's no fucking way that person can be that big and shredded without having to use drugs. Because look at Greg Doucette. He looks the way he does, and some of these people look almost like him, and he's on drugs. That's the fucking thing. Greg needs that shit to get there. Some of us don't. And because people want to make that correlation, oh, he's on drugs and he looks like this, but he's not, and he looks almost as good, he's a fake natty liar. Genetics are a motherfucker. But the big fucking thing that people need to get through their heads is we're talking about work here. I mentioned that I had Greg Plitt and this guy, Anton Antipov, as my physique goals when I was younger. But I dropped that, and my goal was to attain the best physique that I can attain and the best performance that I can. And instead of comparing myself to every fucking physique, I'm going to do the thing that I can do. And I want people to have that same mindset, because it gets unhealthy when you look at somebody and you're like, I want that. And then when you train over time, you don't look like that. And then you start doing too many things to try to get to that. Get the best that you can do, because again, no matter what your genetics are, if you give yourself a decade of good, hard fucking training, you'll look really good. Whether you're not too genetically gifted for the sport or whether you are, you'll look really good. But you need to put in the fucking work. Power Project family, a lot of the guys in the audience said that they hate me whispering, so I won't whisper anymore. I'll just whisper here again. So go ahead and comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and check out all our sponsors here in the bio or the description. Okay? All right. Bye.